Hi everybody, my name is Mahmoud Ahmad, and I'm Nordic Cybersecurity BDM in TD SYNNEX. This is the agenda for today's podcast, where we are presenting TD SYNNEX Security together with SonicWall on AWS as a public cloud vendor. So the thing is that cybersecurity can't be ignored. We know that there is skills shortage, market are fragmented. We need to be updated and stay on current threats and technologies. We need to buy and build services. There is a complex structure, and we need to also keep update on regulations and compliance. All of these things matters, and there are no quick fix into this if you're moving into the cybersecurity market, because this demands investments, it demands strategy, and it demands tools as well, because cybersecurity is about people, process, and tools. And we in TDCNX has understood this and tried to help our partners through the vendors such as SonicWall, in today's case, to help you to gain momentum in the cybersecurity market and how you can differentiate yourself and also make business and build services on top of your business today. TD SYNNEX Cybersecurity is actually a worldwide network consisting of a lot of my colleagues in over the world. We in both in Europe, in Asia Pacific, and in US as well. So you can get help whenever you have any need for cybersecurity. Right now, we are 100,000 end users who are buying security solutions from us. And when I say there are end users, we always work with partners, and partners work through with end users. We are 400 plus dedicated cybersecurity colleagues with central and local focus, and thereby we also have 20,000 plus security resellers, which are our partners who we work with. We have a lot, we have 20 plus years experience in providing our professional services support and our, to the channel. So we are not a new player in this market. So today we were going to talk about actually the security in AWS and how you can manage it through SonicWall. First, you have to be aware of that you are responsible for your cloud security. When I say you, so then I'm talking about the end customer and you as a partner who needs to be sure that the end customer are responsible for your cloud, for their cloud security. And this is where, you know, the shared responsibility model comes into the play. Both you as a partner needs to understand what your liabilities are, and also your end customer who you serve needs to understand these liabilities. So the thing is that when you talk about this shared responsibility model, in like you say, in the different public cloud area, you need to manage your OS security, your app security, your access security, or your content security, and your firewall, be it physical or virtual, and your encryption as well. Some of these points are around data security, some are around network security, and someone is around identity and access management. So the why. First of all, you need to understand where actually you have why you need a virtual firewall, and that is most important because if you don't understand the need for virtual firewall, uh, then you will not be able to actually gain control of your door, your front door. And a lot of type of attacks come because we see that you don't have a good lock on your door. Actually, your door may be open or your door has a very bad lock, to use that analogy. And why virtual firewall matters to the end customers, the partners and customers, is because that it gives you some of these benefits which have shown up in the screen, like granular security control. You have a single pane of glass management. You have a lot of different, features which you get. You have increased traffic visibility, and you also have very good control of who your guests are, who are your visitors, who are you letting into the door, for which time you're letting into, so you can control it a lot more than you can do if you don't have any security at all. So when it comes to offerings from TD SYNNEX side with SonicWall on AWS, sorry, uh, we have seen that SonicWall has a very good program called for SonicWall Technology Alliance Partner Program. Through with the AWS, it gives you a rapidly growing ecosystem for a boundless cybersecurity, and it helps you as a partner to collaborate and integrate with AWS to deliver these solutions that help solve customer security challenge. And here is where we in TDC Next come to play. I will show you the end and how we can help you with the different services. Right now, we have the product integration AWS through our portal with SonicWall on firewall as an infrastructure as a service, as a virtual private network, a cloud that secure access, and a secure mobile access. These are the solutions which we can deliver through our portal. So when it comes to the virtual firewall part, which I will talk first about, you have the native integration into your AWS, and you get then flexible deployment options, which gives you right into your actually public area, which also with hybrid environment if that is needed. Blocks more attacks with RTDMI, which I am sure that SonicWall will come back later to. It gives you consistent policy and end-to-end visibility. It is a unified management with integrated solutions, and you also there's the TCO part, the low cost of ownership, is very less. And which are those firewalls? I have presented them in the below picture, which you can see. It is NSV series 270, 470, and 870 actually. A bit about specs, specifications when it comes to secure mobile access, which are delivered through public cloud. It's a zero impact failover with a global mesh network, actually. So you don't have the latency issue problem here. It is handled actually very good up to for SMB because it's up to 250 users. It's a physical appliance which you can actually see the different specifications on. And yeah, if you take it a step forward, SonicWall has also their OS, and it is integrated with the AWS, which enables logs to be sent to AWS CloudWatch, and is mapped to their EC2 instances. Then you can create VPNs to connect to virtual private clouds. So there are also various application programming interfaces of AWS, and I have also shared the link to the integration, AWS integration with the SonicWall when it comes to their Sonic OS 6.5. But here like you see, you can just log in with your AWS account details in AWS. Yeah, SonicWall integration management control. We move forward with the AWS integration with the SonicWall. AWS S3, Amazon S3, which is actually a simple storage service, that is also integrated with the SonicWall Cloud Edge data to stream an S3 bucket, so you can have a full visibility of your SonicWall Cloud Edge activity as well. So there are a lot of things and services and solutions which are actually embedded in AWS together with SonicWall. So what can TD SYNNEX actually deliver when it comes to, sorry, I just need to jump back here. So what can TD SYNNEX deliver when it comes to cybersecurity services on SonicWall together with the AWS? So these three things which I have marked in red are primarily those services which we can actually deliver today. We can deliver managed firewall services. We have a process for that. So we can do it long term, we can do it short term, we can do it on an hourly basis, on a project basis as well. We have professional services. If there's an environment which we need to compile and or shift, then we can go and deliver those professional services so that we can actually onboard the total cloud part, AWS, together with the SonicWall as well. And then we have support service. We don't have the local support service right now at this moment, but we have a European and Nordic approach to this when it comes to support service and trying to deliver the different SLA there actually. Yeah, so that's how we actually work with the services part when it comes to SonicWall and AWS. In the end, I would just like to tell you very briefly that what TD SYNNEX can help you when it comes to understanding the ecosystem together with us and AWS and SonicWall, and it's around skilling, solution, services, and support part, and that's what we actually can help you with. And with that, I say thanks to my presentation, and I will hand it over to Bertil Persson in SonicWall.
Yeah, thank you very much. Well done, Mahmoud. And I will continue. Start sharing my screen. So there we go. And yeah, I would like to introduce you to some of the security solutions we have available for AWS and how to actually make use and deploy them and the simplicity of them. So that's the two next bullets in the agenda. And to start with, a small introduction of myself. My name is Bertil Persson, and I'm the solutions engineer in the Nordic countries. Together with two sales reps, I have Alexander Karne located in Denmark, and Jonas Åskog located in Stockholm. I live in Stockholm myself, by the way. And I've been around in the industry for 25 years, working with networking and security all my life, almost, or half my life at least. And the reality is here and came quite fast due to the pandemic infection that we suffered from, and also the fact that a lot of the industry is now moving away from on-prem solutions into cloud-based solutions. And we are also trying to make it possible to access and work from anywhere and access our resources from anywhere all over the world. So that is what we are trying to deliver in a secure manner together with the rest of the IT landscape. And we've been around since 1991 actually, and we've been delivering a broad range of solutions during all that era, everything from firewalls to VPN access to email security, even wireless access point and switches. Today I will focus on three of these solutions. It's actually the virtual firewalls, secure mobile access, and cloud edge security, which are three solutions that can bring a lot of value for users up in the AWS cloud. And the first solution we have is, of course, our next generation firewalls, and we have a broad portfolio here with 4 different series, but I will focus on the virtual one because that is obviously the one that works up in the AWS cloud, and it also works on other clouds as well as on-prem hypervisors as well. And that solution is called NSV, NS for network and security, and then we have the V for virtual series, and it comes in 3 different flavors, which are the NSV 270, NSV 470, NSV 870, and I will show you the difference, but it's more or less the higher number, the better performance, more or less. And what you get with the firewall is, of course, a next generation firewall, industry leading capabilities such as application intelligence and control, real-time monitoring, IPS, TLS, SSL decryption and inspection, and of course the advanced threat protection, and also capabilities such as VPN and network segmentation. State-of-the-art firewall, so to speak. And on top of that, we have our award-winning technology for discovering days zero threat, which is called real-time deep memory inspection, which makes things a little bit better compared to the competition when it comes to discovering days zero threats. And the current operating system is SonicOS 7, and big advantage with SonicOS 7, it's the same operating system running on all the appliances, even if the smallest TZ series or the largest virtual appliance, it's the same look and feel into the GUI. It's just a matter of number of interfaces and so on that is different. And yeah, as I mentioned before, it comes in 3 different models, and we are on our way to release a smaller model as well, called NSV 70. It may show up with the next release of SonicOS 7.1 in upcoming quarter. And the specifications, here you can see the different instances, the different AWS instances that are supported with the different models. And talking about that, it's also, you don't have to pick the largest instance if you would like to run a smaller firewalls, because it comes with a cost also to deploy instances up in these clouds. Of course, But then you have to be aware how many supported CPUs, how many interfaces, how much memory can you make use of, because that is what is needed and required depending on the features and the needs and speeds that you are looking for when it comes to how much you are interested in protecting up in the cloud, of course. And this is a screenshot straight off from the data sheet. So if you browse into our website, sonicwall.com, and then you go to firewalls, and then you pick virtual firewalls, and you can find this data sheet with the specs. Same with the next slide. Here you can see the performance. So depending on your needs, how much throughput you need, then you can, in the datasheet, easily find out, yeah, I need at least 2 gig of TLS decryption throughput, then it's the 470 that you should go with, and so on. But and then you can also find out the other parameters, how much tunnels are supported, how much IPsec tunnels are supported. And by the way, with the next release of SonicOS, it says here that we are supporting SSL VPN and IPsec VPN. With the next release, we are on our way to support WireGuard as well. So look out for that if you are in need of support for WireGuard to make for tunnels into the public clouds, for example. And it's quite easy to deploy a firewall up in AWS. All you have to do is to browse into the marketplace, make a search for SonicWall. This is a screenshot from there, and then you will get a hit for a firewall. And then just a few clicks later, and you have deployed a firewall. So you can actually be up and running and protect an environment within 15-20 minutes, and then you have done the configuration as well. And it is actually that easy. It's not just And the way to set up NSV firewall in AWS is so easy. First of all, as I said, you just browse into your AWS account, and then you need to deploy a new VPC with NSV virtual firewall, or you can actually deploy it into an existing VPC depending on your account. And then they are only 2 steps away from having it up and running. Change the routing tables for NSV access, and then of course browse into my SonicWall to register the firewall, and then you're good to go. And in this slide, I also provided a link to a guide how to get started, guide on how to configure the NSV. But then that is what you need. But feel free to reach out to me if you need any help, and I will show you how. But it is as easy as this that I'm showing you. So it may sound a little bit too easy, but that's the way you do it. And then you have a state-of-the-art next-generation firewall up and running to protect your cloud assets, both for incoming and outgoing traffic. Another solution that we have, that Mahmoud also mentioned, is secure mobile access. And what it's all about is to offer high-performance SSL VPN from end users. It's another way of accessing your environment, your cloud environment. You can, of course, deploy SSL VPN connections through a firewall, but it may take a lot of resources from that solution. So we have a very cost-effective solution we call secure mobile access that brings a lot of value to the table to offload SSL VPN connections that may burden and take a lot of RAM and CPU from the firewall, and then it's more effective to make use of SMA from us. And this solution exists in both physical appliances and, of course, virtual appliances up in the cloud, or for on-prem hypervisors as well. So this is a great and cost-effective alternative to offload the firewall for SSL VPN connections. So you can survive with a smaller firewall in combination with an SMA solution, and that might be more cost-effective rather than having a very expensive firewall. A third alternative, which I highly recommend to look into, is a solution we call Cloud Edge Secure Access. The third option for accessing cloud solutions might be Cloud Edge Secure Access from us, which is built to respond to my first slide, actually, the anytime, anywhere business world. So you can access the solutions from anytime, anywhere in the world, on-prem or in the cloud. And the whole idea here, it's a network as a service solution for site-to-site and hybrid cloud connectivity with zero trust and least privilege security integrated in one offering. So basically what you do, either through a client or through a firewall, you access a network all over the world with point of presence solutions that then in itself creates tunnels to the resources you may have on-prem or in the cloud. So this might be also a solution of interest to look into. So the three offerings we have for AWS is either a firewall, virtual firewall, secure mobile access, or cloud edge secure access. And with that, I hand it over back to Mahmoud, I believe.
Yes, thank you very much, Bertil, for a good go through of what SonicWall can provide us. So if you could please just stop sharing your screen, then I will in the end actually just wrap it up. Thank you very much. So like I said, that the main reason for today's go through is that you can see how actually AWS and SonicWall together with the TD SYNNEX as a distributor can provide you both solutions, services, skilling and support around that, and that's what we in TD SYNNEX can help you with. Like Bertil in SonicWall said, that it's very easy to deploy this through AWS and Marketplace, so that's good. But that's one thing is deployment. Another thing is that you need to also have skilling around how you want to actually utilize this correctly. And there is, you know, this skilling part, and then you have this services part that you need to set up it right. And there we can also help you with that so that you can correct it, do it right. So with that, I thank you for today's session, which was mainly actually about our SonicWall offering on AWS, how to secure your AWS service with SonicWall, some features and specs and architecture actually with the AWS, and then how we in TD SYNNEX can support you through our 4S, which are solution, services, skill, and support. With that, I say thank you for now and hope to see you next time. Thank you. Bye.